These cops are on the biggest murder case of their lives. Their own. Welcome to I Hope You Suffer.
Mm. They could do better than that.
It.
This movie deserves better than that.
Every tagline should just be about Joe Piscopo's hair.
Yes. The face that Joe Piscopo makes on the poster.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This is episode 157 of I Hope You Suffer. My name is Nathan.
I'm Kit.
I'm Katie.
And this week we are talking about 1988's Dead Heat, which is not the movie I said we would be doing last week. So deal with it.
We make the rules here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Katie's back. She's off for suspension. Alright, so this was a movie I had thought I had seen before. And I apparently, or if I did, I just don't remember it somehow. But, what did you guys think of Dead Heat?
Pretty good. I had seen that poster several times before and had zero expectations based on that poster because it's fucking awful. Joe Piscopo looks so confused.
I mean, I don't know why I thought Joe Piscopo. Maybe it's, did he do like something on TV that he was like?
He was on SNL.
Oh, is that what it was? I was looking at his like the movies he did on Letterboxd, and I was like, I don't recognize like really any of these. And I was like, how was this guy such like a big name? I felt like in the 80s, but I guess SNL would make sense.
Yeah, it was 80 to 84.
Wise Guys is like pretty popular.
Oh, I guess it's a De Palma movie. Maybe this looks familiar. Well, like, because I looked and he only has 17 films on Letterboxd, and like one of them is like that, like an SNL documentary and shit. It's just, like I expected him to be like to have more movies than like what he had for some reason.
I love that he was in 1976 King Kong, and his credit is just bit part. Bit part uncredited.
Nailed it.
It's what I want to be in a King Kong movie. That would be the part that gets bit by King Kong. I assume that's what it meant.
Ow.
Katie, what did you think of Dead Heat?
I actually have never heard of this ever. I was not really sure what to expect. I thankfully did not look up anything about it, so I didn't actually know what it was about, and I really liked it for the most part. There's one big thing that happens that made me start doubting whether I liked it or not, but overall I thought it was pretty cool, and I really liked all of the disgusting practical effects in it. I was pretty impressed, honestly.
Was the part you didn't like when they interrupted that guy's erection?
No.
Yeah,
I
I've got
that part a lot.
I've got bad news about Joe Piscopo and his hair.
It's not there anymore.
He's a Trump guy.
Oh yeah. I
Oh
assumed.
no.
And he has an active band and performs stand-up and music at a political rally hosted by Mike Lindell. This past May.
Yeah. Doesn't he looks like
Yeah.
he would be.
That doesn't surprise me.
What's his
Nathan,
band Holy
you lucked
shit,
out.
He looks fucking He's got the Trump orange face going on.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna Google.
It's one of the top pictures that pops up when you Google him.
He considered running for governor of New Jersey in 2017 and was encouraged by Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah, that's the I feel like the last person you want to have backing you anymore.
Wow.
He doesn't
I
even
hate
look
him.
like the same guy.
No, really, he doesn't.
What's his band called?
He looks like a character from a. Oh my god, I just fucking blanked. What's the detective movie where Al Pacino is a really fucked up looking villain?
That's all of them.
Dick Tracy.
Oh yeah.
He looks like a Dick Tracy villain, like someone just glued a bunch of fucking prosthetics onto his head.
Yeah. He looks like if it looks like if Clayface were trying to like make his face look like a person.
It's Clayface trying to look like Mike Rowe.
I have to.
Okay.
He has a song called "Honeymooner's Rap." I gotta look up.
Oh no.
Ew.
He's rapping?
I'm trying to see if it's on Spotify or not. Nope, it is. Hold on. Let's see.
People also ask, what is Joe Piscopo famous for?
Oh, a song called "I Want to Sound Like a Black Man."
Oh no. Alright, I hate this. Turn this off.
Hold on. Dude, I just want to hear some rapping. This sounds like when, like,
Holy shit.
Guar would make fucking Sleazy P Martini rap.
This is the end credits theme song for a direct-to-DVD film from 2002.
Oh, God.
My top questions are: did Joe Piscopo marry his nanny? And this one is was Joe Piscopo in Home Alone?
No.
Are
That was,
Eddie Murphy and Joe Piscopo friends? Why would Eddie Murphy and him be friends?
They were on SNL at the same time.
Oh.
Is Joe Piscopo Italian?
I like the people also searched for top searches Mike Lindell.
It's
What?
devastating that he's a piece of shit because his name is so much fun to say.
It really is. Bummer. Yikes.
Wow.
Alright, I'm going to hang out on joepiscopo.org for the rest of the show.
He has a, it looks like a news talk show type thing that...
I'll say I see many pictures of him in a suit in front of a skyline.
Oh no, I think he's got a... Maybe it's a show that's like put out as a podcast, but it looks like he has a podcast.
AM 970, The Answer.
The Joe Piscopo Show.
He's really milking that 4-year SNL run for all it's worth, huh?
I had no idea he was on SNL. And that would have been like what I would have seen. So I don't well.
Alright, well fuck Joe Piscopo.
Yeah.
Except for
his hair.
his cool raps.
And that one tricep that's really freaky large that I'm pretty sure could kill me.
Oh, that every time he's on screen, he makes sure to, like, have his biceps fucking facing the camera. He's, like, never not standing tilted towards it.
Yeah, he's like always twisted weird.
Yeah. I like this movie. I thought it was pretty... It's not, like, extremely, like, funny. Like, I wouldn't find myself, like, busting out laughing all the time. But I found it, like, clever enough. And, like, I think a lot of the jokes are so on the nose. Like, you would expect that to be the joke that I kind of was just like, alright, they went with, like, the first thing that came into mind. And, like, a lot of... Like, they did that thing... where, like, for whatever reason, the, like, goofy cop is just, like Joe Piscopo's character can't not make sex references all the time.
Yeah.
Which, like, was annoying, but every once in a while, like, was a funny joke. But, like, that thing where anytime, like when they go to the lab and that woman walks by and he just, like, has to fucking hit on her and shit. So that kind of stuff I was, like, off board with, but, like... The practical effects are pretty awesome as like Treat Williams just starts like breaking down. He looks
Yeah.
cool as hell by the end. I don't know how someone doesn't do that as a Halloween costume every year.
Yeah. Looks pretty. Maybe I'll do it this year.
What's her name fucking decomposing?
Wow.
Fucking
Not
rules.
I have to say, there were a lot of things in this movie that I was like, that surprised me. Like, it didn't really follow like a typical formula, because like when it started, and I'm like, okay, it's just like a buddy cop movie. So like, to your point, a lot of their dialogue, some of the dialogue I chuckled at, like when they're just doing their like goofy back and forth like cop, but a lot of it is like, you know, pretty typical 80s cop stuff. But then, like, once all the stuff starts going down, there was a few things in this movie that, like, actually really surprised me, to where I was like, I can't believe that I've never heard of this.
Was it the Chinatown scene?
That was definitely one of them.
Scene fucking rules.
Wow.
Damn, Treat Williams is in 102 movies.
I only recall him from one, which is
Rocky
crazy.
Mountain Christmas.
No, it is sadly not Rocky Mountain Christmas.
The Phantom.
Was it Christmas on the Square?
Oh, is
Was
he
it-
in like a bunch of fucking...
12 Mighty Orphans?
He is in the movie Venomous, which I assume is a sci-fi movie.
Oh, two movies I know him from.
He was in one of the Journey to the Center of the Earth movies with Jeremy London.
Oh.
I don't think I knew who Treat Williams was until I watched this. 'Cause I think I listened to like post... Oh, good.
I'll say you're telling me you never watched The Substitute 2, School's Out?
No, I don't think I saw The Substitute 1. For some reason, I assumed those movies were about a teacher and an underage student, so...
The Phantom?
He is in The Night of the Sharks. I'm in. This poster
Tales
looks
from the Crypt?
wild.
Yeah, he's got one of those faces that, like, I recognize him, but before, if you would have told me, like, what is he in, I would have been like, damn, I don't know. Because, like, I feel like he's not really a leading role in a lot of the things that I recognize him from, or he's, like, you know, in, like, a single episode of a show or something. So I definitely recognized him. Couldn't super replace him.
Oh, he was in Mulholland. Oh, no, that's Mulholland Falls. I don't know what that is. I was like, wait. Everybody should watch The Phantom. The movie is better than people give it credit for. It's got Billy
Also,
Zane
Deep
in it.
Rising.
Is it Billy Zane?
Is it what?
I just was joking.
Oh.
If it was actually Billy Zane.
Yeah, it's Billy Zane, his Hellfire dick, the entire movie.
Zilly Bane.
Oh, God, Christy Swanson's in this? God, there's Trump supporters in all these movies. Hollywood, be better.
I can't.
Who was he in Star Wars?
He was just like a stormtrooper, I think.
Pfft. How's that your
Yeah.
top credit on?
I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure. I was just really surprised to see
Jeffrey
both
Rush?
Vincent Price. What?
Yeah, Jeffrey Rush playing Vincent Price.
Yeah. And Darren McGavin. Wasn't expecting the other people that I knew, so that was exciting.
Who is the McGavin person?
Darren McGavin is the dad from A Christmas Story.
Oh, pfft. He's in the Albert Pune Captain America movie too.
Oh, wow. He was also like in Billy Madison, but I don't think people. Yeah.
What is Mooch Goes to Hollywood? A dog tries to become a canine star with the help of Zsa Zsa Gabor. Also has Vincent Price. I'm in.
Wow.
All right, so let's talk about Dead Heat.
Dead Heat.
I'm sitting in Dead Heat now, that's for sure.
Katey is melting again, so so I obviously, like we said earlier, I think the best part of this movie is like the practical effects when the first fucking like monster thing that's got like 3 faces for some reason sort of like put together kind of fucking
Yeah,
rules.
the like monster, the I call them like the biker zombie or something.
Yeah, that guy fucking looks cool as hell. The the meltdown, the decomposing scene, I was like legitimately blown away by because I was not expecting it. Like, I think I've seen this like clips of this movie in like documentaries about, like, I think they do it in one of the In Search of Darkness 80s horror documentaries, and I don't know. I so, you know, I had seen pictures of what Treat Williams looks like by the end of it, so I was like, okay, so like I know the practical effects are going to be at least, you know, decent looking, but like when the like Vincent Price's fake daughter or whatever her fucking deal was just like starts decomposing, like which is extremely funny to me because when it like Treat Williams, it just starts happening slowly, she just melts into goo in like a couple seconds out of nowhere, and it fucking rules.
Yeah, I was like, what a weird, abrupt. She was just like, yeah, so I totally lied. I knew about the zombies the whole time. Also, I'm a zombie, and whoops. And then she just immediately decays and dies. And I was like, what were they doing to her to keep her? Like, I assume that maybe they were, like, giving her treatments of some sort because, like, why would she just all of a sudden? The whole, like, this movie, I thought the pacing was like pretty good. I really liked how it started out as kind of like a normal cop movie, and then it was just like a weird thing that happened. And the spoiler alert, obviously, the thing that was weird to me was this middle part of the movie where Doug and Roger, who were the 2 main cop guys, like split up, and Roger and whatever that lady's name was, Randy, the PR girl for like the bad drug pharmaceutical company or whatever, like go to Vincent Price's grave or whatever, and then they come back to her house and Doug is just dead in the fish tank, and I was like, what the fuck? Why don't we like? And then all of a sudden she's just like, by the way, I'm also a zombie, and then she dies, and I was like, what is happening? So it kind of like the pacing to me was really good, and then all of a sudden it was just like so abrupt that I was kind of like, I don't know, this is kind of taking a turn for me. But then, like, once Roger kind of like figures out, you know, what's going on, and he's like decaying and whatever, like I was back on board. But that middle part to me just was so like jarring.
I think, I mean, I guess that like I was gonna say, I think this movie would almost maybe work better if it was like that happened really early, and then it was just him going on like a fucking like revenge rampage. But I also feel like that movie's been done a million times already. But like, I like the fact that it's only a minute and like 20 or an hour and 20 something minutes is just perfect time for this movie.
Yeah,
because like today this movie would be 2 hours and 15 minutes, and Zack Snyder would have them, I don't know, fuck a zombie tiger maybe
In slow-mo.
Yeah, all in slow-mo.
that opening scene would have been like 45 minutes of them just shooting with like slow-mo bullets and shit.
Yeah, the Michael Mann version of Dead Heat.
I was gonna say, let Michael Mann direct Dead Heat.
It's just the cast of Heat, but in a comedy.
That would be so sick. Fucking disintegrating Robert De Niro, shooting everyone up.
I appreciated the Biodome being in this movie.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I was like, that's gotta be fucking the same place as Biodome, and I looked it up, and it was.
Yep.
It fucking rules. Yeah,
Biodome Cinematic Universe.
like the Chinatown stuff is
Wild.
as soon as I got into that room and there's just like animal carcasses everywhere, I was like, this is probably not gonna go good for anybody. And then they all get electrocuted, come to life, and Treat Williams gets like a fucking weird beef liver or something attacking his face.
And then there was like an entire headless like cow or something. I was like,
That fucking
what
rules.
in the fuck? It was so disgusting. I don't know how, like, they had like a bunch of they had like a bunch of like Peking ducks hanging up, and they looked like legit. Like, if somebody was like, here's video of this like duck that was reanimated, I would have been like, okay, it just looked like it just looked real.
I tried to look up because I was like, I can't imagine they used like, you know, real duck carcasses for like the like, you know, what's like hanging around and stuff, but
Yeah.
I couldn't find anything. But I also wouldn't put it past them either. So
I mean,
It was the
the
80s.
80s.
so
Yeah.
this movie was only was shot in 37 days. So
Holy
I assume they
shit.
moved pretty quickly. And we're just like, fuck it.
Give me all the dead ducks you got.
I'm slapping you in
Right.
the face with this fucking beef liver. Deal with it.
That like pig head was so gross too.
It's so good.
Wait.
I like the inconsistencies of like when after Treat Williams like is reanimated and can't bleed, and get every time any of these zombies get shot, they just bleed everywhere. Especially
That
the
was
ones that
really
were
weird.
already autopsied.
Yeah, and also because like when he gets cut the first time, he's like, "Oh, that was okay." First of all, I don't think casually bumping your hand into a beaker would like cut your artery open. But he's like, "Yeah, weird. I cut my artery open. There's no blood." Also, it was like there was like sparkling lights inside his skin, and I was like, "What's up with that?" And they just like don't
Normal.
address it at all.
That's how I bleed.
Well,
It's magic.
From all that glitter I ate as a child.
The kid just like infuses his blood with those like glitter bombs.
Yeah. I hooked myself up to a like glitter IV drip.
Eh.
oh my god,
That seems
that
like
would hurt. That would feel really uncomfortable.
I was gonna say it seems like it would probably not feel great on your insides.
That's fine.
Yeah. Let's deal with a little pain. Fill you up so you're not the empty man anymore.
You're the glitter man.
Jeffrey Rush playing Vincent Price in this movie. Always good.
Pretty good mustache.
At the very end, when he's like yelling about them not blowing up the machine, and he's just, it's like he's doing a Vincent Price impression.
Yeah,
It's so-
like it really is.
He's like, please don't do it. And I was like, are you fucking
Hey,
the
the
dude from the B-52s?
They added like a weird echo too when like the guys like decide to blow like just shoot the machine and then walk out. He's like, no, please, and they added like a weird echo and just like zoom away from him. I was like, what's happening here?
Them just like walking into a fucking fog. So,
Yeah.
so this is my question. What do you think Vincent Price did that he's able to stay alive and everyone else is just like melting down like within 12 hours or what it was?
Well, that's a question. Like, I was a little confused about whether they were trying to say he wasn't actually at all never had the treatment and he was just like trying to get people like in on it or whatever. Like, I couldn't tell if it was that or if he did die and they brought him back. I don't know, because obviously Randy was alive for like X amount of time, but we don't know.
I know what it was.
What was it?
He drank exactly 1 Pepsi and smoked 2 cigarettes every day of his life.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that was just all of his meals. He had
Yeah.
the Mountain Dew beer that's coming out.
The rest of the cigarettes
my
in the pack, he
God.
just ate. He ate them.
Shane Black was in this movie as a cop.
Yep.
Wild. I do not remember seeing Martha Quinn from MTV. Huh. Oh, shit.
Maybe in that.
The director Mark Goldblatt's only other movie he directed is the Dolph Lundgren Punisher. What a fucking perfect filmography.
That's an incredible 2-movie streak.
There's one more person I have 100% on their letterbox now.
Nice.
Damn, now I want to watch Punisher. Yeah, I was just like, I was confused as to whether Vincent Price was either lying or like, because they just like never explain it. They just like blow up the machine and it's just done. I'm gonna just assume he was lying.
Well, because the reveal that the head shit. I'm gonna call him a pathologist, but that's not what we call them here. The head, Dr. Body or whatever his license plate said, Body Doc. The head,
Dr. Body,
autopsyist guy. The reveal that he was in on it because so this is what made me confused is that Roger, after he escapes from the ambulance by having it crash and explode, and then half of his face is just fucking gnarly. He goes in there and he's like, I knew it was you. You've just been using this. They made it seem like it was a scheme just to get the rich people that aren't giving them any kind of cure. So that's when the Price starts giving his speech. He's like, yeah, he is essentially just we're rich, we don't deserve to die, only poor people deserve to die, so don't you want to just stay around? And all the other rich people were kind of just yeah, I don't know. And he's like, yeah, just give me half of your money and then we'll make sure that you stay alive. So I was the impression that Vincent Price didn't actually die and he just was pretending because he specifically said that whoever was in his grave wasn't him. So I think that his death was staged, and then he could use the machine to show other people that it could bring you back. It just wasn't actually they had the stipulation that it was only 12 hours or whatever. I have no idea how Randy was able to survive because they didn't go with
there's
no
explanation.
But, yeah. So
I like the idea of Vincent Price just scamming all these rich people out of money to kill them.
Yeah, why not?
Can you imagine you're just I'm gonna live forever, and then 12 hours later you just melt into a pile of goo?
Which really sucks because they're old. They would have probably lived more than I'm guessing. Some of them.
Trying to think what else I liked in this movie. The masks that the zombie robbers use at the beginning. Incredible.
God, it's so cool, but I would never wear one in Texas.
No.
You don't want to wear those while working out?
Oh, God. I do, but it's just so sticky.
I did really think they had a lot of funny one-liners, the guys in the beginning. The two zombie robbers, when they showed up, they were want to be dead? Here's the chance of a lifetime. I was like, that doesn't make any sense, but I like it.
Yeah, I feel like they give Joe Piscopo a million one-liners and only about half of them land. The one about interrupting the erection, perfect.
I liked that. I liked that one.
A guy just looking at whatever magazine on the job, just killing it. Let's see. I'm trying to look. I was looking at quotes on IMDb because there was
one.
Oh god.
One that I liked was one of the times that right after the Chinatown scene, they go back to the morgue to talk to Rebecca, the mortician or whatever, and he has been shot, and she's like, hey, you're hurt. And he goes, lady, I'm fucking dead. I laughed really hard.
I like that they teased barely the relationship with fucking Roger and Rebecca, and it just leads nowhere. And he's like, I feel like they had like all of these grand plans for this movie that would have made it like 4 hours long, and they were just like, fuck it.
Yeah, they really did, because they essentially like spent the first half of the movie like developing these relationships between the characters and then literally kill most of them off screen. Like
Spent too much money on that Treat Williams makeup.
You know what? It was worth it, because when at the very end he was looking just like real gnarly.
Yeah, he looks pretty awesome by the end. I So I have a theory that this movie was real, and what happened is Joe Piscopo was just dead for too long and is brain dead now.
Uh-huh.
And that's
Ah.
yeah, that's just what happened to him. It's fucking. I should have known at the beginning when he's just like, looking at the quotes that reminded me of this. He's like, I love this job, Roger. I love the power. I love the little badges.
Yeah. Definitely checks out.
Lady, I'm fucking dead.
I'm fucking dead.
Yeah, I wish there was more stuff with Roger just like going on a revenge rampage instead of it being the last like 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
I also feel like they kind of stumble upon what's going on pretty quickly.
Yeah. The other thing is, like, not only that, they kind of figure out really early. Like, it's literally within the first shoot. Well, first, I forgot his name. Joe Piscopo's character, like, shoots like a hand grenade out of that guy, and he goes, uh-oh, and he explodes. Roger's, like, ramming into some other guy with his car, and then they immediately go to the morgue, where she's like, this is weird. Essentially, like, they kind of beat around the bush a little bit, but she's almost immediately like, this guy's already dead. Like, I already did an autopsy on him before. And they're just like, oh, zombies. And they just, like, are totally on board. Like, it's not weird to them at all. So it's like, within the first 25 minutes, they've already figured out, like, some zombie shit's happening.
Yeah. Well, like that, I guess that part I'm fine with. I think them figuring out the company and, like, everything else happened so fast that I was kind of like, oh, so we already know what's going on. And then it's just like 45 minutes in the middle of this movie is just like essentially Roger just kind of being like, well, I guess I'm gonna die soon. And I was kind of like, okay, I don't care about this. Like, go do some cool shit. Like, at the end when he's like just like, pun intended, I guess, dead-faced walking through like the place and just like shooting people, and the other guy that's also dead that they're just having the shootout with, where he's like in the fucking like air decompression chamber or whatever. And like when Treat Williams is like shoots him, like he's shooting at him, backing him into that thing, hits the button where the door starts closing, tosses a grenade in, and then just shoots 2 more times and just walks away. I was like, this fucking rules.
Yeah, specifically the scene where, like, him and the other zombie are just standing there, like, mowing each other down, like, had me cracking up. Because they're just, like, the looks on their faces are just like, God. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, they figured out they had to have them figure out the company and all that shit early so that so they had a reason to kill him or whatever, but, yeah.
Yeah, that I was like fine with. I'm getting into like him being dead quickly. I just wish there was like less of him like moping around for the period that he is, or like the shit with him and Rebecca, and more of like I guess I wanted this to be more of a canon film than what it actually is, and just him like going berserk on people because he's a zombie.
More action, less detective type stuff.
More dead, less heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should just now. Like all I can think about now is just Michael Mann directing this with Pacino and De Niro. Just same movie.
It's such a good idea.
I have to say I'm totally in for that.
I don't know. Anything else? Like this, I like this movie a lot, but I feel like it's. I don't think it's an essential watch for people. Like it's very much like if you've seen a zombie comedy, you've probably seen most of the jokes that have been in this before. But this, I don't like. When did Return of the Living Dead come out? I wonder if this was before that.
85.
Oh, so Return was first.
Yeah.
Was there something? I can't remember if there was like a zombie comedy before Return of the Living Dead or not. Like I said, I'm trying to. I don't know. But like I feel like. No, I mean I guess it's not like the same sort of category because it's not like just not like Tree Williams is just like stumbling around, but like I don't know. I feel like any zombie comedy that's come since Return of the Living Dead and stuff like it. You've basically seen these jokes before, but it's fun. It's like a. I think it works as a pretty good just like quote unquote horror comedy.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, even if you don't really specifically like cop stuff, which like I'm not super into, but I personally haven't seen a lot of like horror comedies or just horror where cops are the main characters outside of like, a Walking Dead or like something like that kind of situation. Well, those aren't comedies, but for me, it was like at least something a little bit different. And I think it's 100%. First of all, the runtime is like whatever, just throw it on. You know what I mean? The practical effects, I think, definitely make it, in my mind, something that people. I don't know that I would say I think it's an essential, but if you're really into practical effects and stuff like that, like I think that this should definitely be like one to check out just for that Chinatown scene alone.
Yeah, I think that, and then like we said, like the practical effects are
Randy.
really good.
Yeah.
A plus squib work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I said, like the end when he's just like walking through that place, and it's just like anytime it's like Treat Williams as the zombie and another zombie shooting at each other, and they're just standing there unloading clips into each other. It's pretty fucking funny.
Also, like I know we like really briefly like I don't know. I think if I were to say that this movie had any if I had any complaints about it, it's really just the story. There's like holes in it. There's stuff that they don't explain or whatever, but it's like okay, they're zombies. You know what I mean? Like take it with a grain of salt, but like that very first guy, he's the very first like zombie that we see, and it's not even like a zombie because he's like a big biker guy, but he has like two faces. So it's like his face, he's got two faces that are like on his head connected, so it's like his mouth is really long and he's got like, and I just like don't know how or why that would result from what's happening, but it looks really legit.
Yeah, like that's I think that's one of the things I wish they would have focused more on is like I'm I'm fine. Like I want to know the story behind like if Vincent Price was alive and stuff, but I also like I don't necessarily need an answer, but I wish like there was more stuff about how it works, because it's like, was that weird guy only alive for 12 hours? Like obviously Randy wasn't. Randy had to have been alive for longer.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It like I kind of wish there was more stuff like that, but
yeah, there was also really only two of the zombie guys that like looked like zombies. Like the two guys that like shot up Randy's house and like chased them around the pool or whatever. Like they were pretty cool looking, but the rest of the zombies in the movie for the most part just looked like regular people.
yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. This is a movie I feel like if I ever come across used, I'll probably pick up.
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Because I think it'll be a good like rewatch, but I also don't feel like it's an essential watch either. Like, Um, like Ant Farm
No.
Dickhole.
Come on. It's definitely one that I feel like people should just like throw up, and you don't really need to pay 100% attention to it because like even if you do, it doesn't sort of make any sense. So you know what I mean?
You can watch like the first 15 minutes, then the Chinatown scene, and then the last 15 minutes, and you're probably good.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
But
But no, for a movie I'd never heard of before, like I was pretty impressed by it. When again, spoilers if you're gonna watch the whole thing, at the very end when they kind of like confront the doctor and he was just like, I'm not gonna let you guys get me, and he like shoots himself. I was like, I wasn't expecting that. And then that guy was just, they were just like, I don't think, like, do you remember the whole plot of this movie is that we have a reanimation machine? I was like, heck yeah.
yeah, I like that they're like, what happens if we just keep going? And he just explodes. I also, I'm very curious of the reanimation machine that when they lay in it, and it's got those, like, things sticking up. Like, you know those, like, toys you would see at, like, Spencer's Gifts and you, like, put your face into with, like, the pins and stuff? That's what it looked like. And I was like...
Yeah, kind of.
I was like, I really kind of want to just, like, lay in this and see what it does, but...
Yeah.
Nice pin bed.
Yeah, pin bed. I used to have one of those little things. And now the idea of putting my face in one really grosses me out because I'm sure that they were not the pinnacle of hygiene.
Oh my god, I remember the first time that kind of thing like dawned on me, where I was like, oh yeah, like they're easily 200 kids today have put their face in this thing or their hands, and
it's like one thing to like, you know, of course we were cool, so we used to like put up our middle finger and like put it in there, but yeah, some people would like stick out their tongues and like, yikes. You know what? We're all fine though. We're all right.
No, we're not.
if you've ever put your tongue inside of one of the little like pin things, you have nothing to be concerned about with coronavirus.
Yeah, just don't get the vaccine. You'll be fine. All right, Katie, did you get did you find any news, or did you look for any news?
I honestly like took a peek, but a lot of it, I didn't really see anything that was like noteworthy.
All the news is bad now.
Yeah, it's not great.
Well,
it's all bad news.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. The only thing I saw that I thought was cool was that they're coming out with Monster High. Is it Monster High or is it Living Dead Dogs? Living Dead Dogs. It's Monster High. They're doing a version of Beetlejuice and Lydia, and I thought that they were so cute looking. They did the like Grady twins from The Shining a while ago, and I just think they're so cool. Like, I wish I was a little bit younger when because when Monster High came out, I was like already an adult or whatever, and I think it's such a cool concept for like younger kids. But I might have to get them because they're super cute.
No thank you on all that.
You don't like Barbie dolls?
No. I don't.
Ethan.
I also like, I don't know, like I like the Beetlejuice movie, but at the same time I'm also like very tired of the like, I'm Lydia Dietz people. So
yeah, I myself am strange and unusual.
The same people that use Spoopy. For real.
Listen, no, I draw the line at Spoopy. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I can't stand it. Yeah. Sorry if you're a Spoopy person, but
I'm not sorry. Go away.
No.
All right. Katie, did you watch anything this week, or did you just move?
The open road.
Yeah.
Well, we stayed at a chain of the same hotels, and Step Brothers was on every night, so I watched different parts of Step Brothers.
All out of order.
Yes, and I also just watched, like, The Office was also on the TV shows, and then, like, South Park, so, like, not great for... Did I even watch a full movie of anything? I don't think I did. I watched
what's it called? Reality TV house now. So I watched like one episode of like The Amazing Race and one episode of Survivor. And then today we watched like Master Chef. So
I wish you meant that
uh
seriously and you were in like a real world house. I just didn't tell us. All of a sudden it just
I mean, I
started
couldn't
airing.
tell you. Listen, I was gonna say I couldn't tell you until my episode aired, but no, I unfortunately did not get a chance to watch anything
All right.
or do anything, listen to anything. I didn't exist essentially.
Kit, what'd you watch this week?
I watched so much this week,
Same.
and so much of it was heavy and depressing.
Same.
Thin Red Line, Dead Zone, Paris, Texas, Dances with Wolves,
the Walking Dead Zone.
Rashomon. Yeah, the Walking Dead Zone.
Yeah. I can't believe
Yeah,
somebody hasn't done that yet.
Yeah, that I thought I had seen it, and I guess I haven't.
Oh, it's
Man,
so good.
that movie resonates harder right now than it did in fucking 1983, which
Yeah.
is so depressing.
I still haven't seen it, and right now I'm a little like I think I'll just wait a little bit.
It's
Like I know what it's about, obviously,
Yeah.
but
Christopher Walken's really good in it.
Yes, that's easily the best walking performance I've ever seen.
Well,
I think.
I know a lot of people kind of like they're just attuned in, kind of like with like Nick Cage, where everyone's like Rage Cage, and they just think Christopher Walken is just like the impression everyone does of Christopher Walken, but he's so fucking good in like so many things.
and like to be totally honest, like the things that I've seen him in, that's not what he does at all. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. He plays a really good like serious villain. You know, like he was in him and Sleepy Hollow like terrified me when I was younger.
I saw that, but I don't remember. I remember nothing from that movie.
He's just Google a picture of him. He looks terrifying.
I can remember like the people in it, but like I don't, and like obviously I know what it's about, but like I don't remember specifically like what happens. You know, like I saw that in a theater, and I just like I feel like I immediately blinked it all out of my mind.
Doesn't really seem like a Nathan movie, if you ask me, but I really like it.
It was just like a horror-related thing that came out when I was a kid, so I went to see it.
Yeah.
Weirdly, he's a teacher in Dead Zone, and he's teaching Sleepy Hollow in his class.
Yeah, it checks out.
Whoa, that's wacky. All right.
He also talks about Batman a lot and
Yeah.
Oh my god.
cowbells.
How much he hates that Bruce Wayne character.
Yeah.
Nah,
You know what I hate? Millionaires. Anyway, go ahead, Kit.
Yeah, other than that, the one, like, fun thing that I watched was Suicide Squad, which is really good.
Yeah, my HBO Max subscription ended before I got a chance to watch it, so
yeah.
I mean, I'll see it eventually. That's a movie that like whenever it comes out physically, I'll probably just buy because I assume it's great. And I've seen like the lowest review I've seen like anybody give it was like a 3 out of 5. You know,
it's a James Gunn movie,
Yeah.
so I mean it plays pretty much exactly like you would expect.
I will say I'm already tired of King Shark.
How dare you?
No, like I love King Shark as a character. I loved from the comics before he even popped up on like the Flash and shit. But like,
Yeah.
it's just the same thing that happened with like Groot when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, where I was like, okay, I get it. Please stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is much better than Groot, in my opinion, because it's Stallone.
I don't like see
And he says like 10 things.
I'm so bummed that like they just got rid of Steve Agee, who was doing it before for Stallone, which like I understand why it's Stallone, but like because I like Steve Agee as a comedian, and I would have been really interested to hear his King Shark, but I'll never know.
I really liked him in the Harley Quinn series too. He's so cute.
I love King Shark. I know he's going to become like the baby Yoda, where so I'm already just like, okay, just fucking stop.
Yeah, I feel you. I haven't been on the internet at all either in like 2 weeks, so I've luckily like not even
God, what a
seen
blessing.
anything. Honestly, it's been really nice. It's been nice.
Like Kit, I watched pretty much nothing but depressing shit.
Terrible mistake.
I
started off with Hostels. It was just like, oh man, this is a bummer. What am I doing?
I take
here?
that back. I have a handful of like fun things, but like I'm still working my way through the 70s movies on Arrow. And so it's just like a lot of giallo in there.
Yeah, that's depressing.
They luckily like mix up with some kind of like there's like some westerns on there that I don't really care about what I watch, but then there's like a lot of kung fu.
No,
which
I'm in. I'll watch both of those westerns and kung fu and western kung fu.
The kung fu movies on there are fucking incredible. There's the Zartana movies. I'm like, I don't care about, but I'm watching them because they're on there. But I watched the Bloodstained Butterfly, a Yakuza movie called The Climber that was okay. I watched Torso, which is very good and really fucked up.
Yeah.
There's some shit. I've seen a lot of giallo movies. There's some shit there that I was like, God damn. There's a lot of knives and vaginas in this movie.
No, thank you. Can't do it.
I watched The Fifth Chord, which was pretty good, and then I watched Don't Torture Duckling, which is
that one's good.
Also real fucked up, but perfect. Your Vice is a Locked Room and Only I Have the Key was really good.
Fall Out Boy ass song title.
It's like,
oh my god.
It's the title makes no sense because if I remember correctly, it's like how Italy says everything is something else. I feel like this was supposed to be like a Poe adaptation that like I don't understand, but I watched The Night Evelyn Came Out of the Grave, which was it's fine. It's a movie I think people should see, but I don't think anyone should like rush out. It was like I don't know. I was kind of ambivalent towards it. I watched where is this movie made? A Polish movie called The Story of Sin, which was pretty good. It's very long. It was somehow over 2 hours, but like it's like this period piece by a director whose name I cannot pronounce. Who did this movie I have called The Beast about a woman that wants to fuck a werewolf. So that's kind of the type of shit you're getting into there. I watched The Pajama Girl Case, which sucks. Boo on this movie. What was the premonition? I know, let's see. I don't know. I watched a movie called The Premonition I don't remember anything about.
I assume it's not the Sandra Bullock one.
Oh, it's like a fucking, it was a movie that I kept seeing a bunch of people being like, this was Carrie before Carrie, and it's terrible. It was like this, it's like a fucking, this woman that, has like this connection to like her, like a psychic connection to like a daughter that she had to give up when she was younger or something, and she's trying to get it back. I don't know. It was bad. The Red Queen kills 7 times.
7 times.
Was pretty good. That was the movie from 1972 that I reviewed as embargoed that I can't talk about yet. Kid, have you seen Psychomania?
I have not, but I know that poster.
I think you might like it. It's not like I think it's a movie that if I wasn't just watching all of this shit, I don't think I would have ever seeked out, because I don't really give a shit about like biker gang type movies, but it's like a bunch of like this biker gang that like comes across this like spell that like if you die and you believe you're gonna come back, you will, so they could come back and basically be like immortal for a while. I don't know, it was pretty interesting. Scalpel I watched, which fucking rules. Also, just incredibly fucking weird. It's about this guy whose daughter goes missing, and he's like a renowned plastic surgery surgeon or whatever, and like somebody in his family dies and leaves all of their money to his daughter, and he just happens to stumble across this woman who got her face bashed in, and he like reconstructs her face to look like his daughter and then falls in love with her. It's really fucked up and weird, but it's really good. I watched a Japanese movie called Coup d'etat, which is incredible, but a movie I never want to see again. It's like a biopic of Iki Kita, who was I guess like he led this failed right-wing military coup in like the 30s in Japan, but like the movie is told in like a non-linear kind of really weird artsy way that is pretty interesting, and it's just visually like a stunning movie. But it's kind of one of those movies where it's very like kind of like Schindler's List, where you're like, all right, I've seen this, I'm never rewatching this.
That was me after watching Come and See. It was like, that was incredible. I never want to experience it ever again, please.
Then I got into good stuff where I rewatched the Bloodthirsty trilogy. So The Vampire Doll, Lake of Dracula, Evil of Dracula, which are Toho's versions of Hammer horror movies. So it's like Dracula movies that kind of have the same aesthetics of like Hausu.
Yeah.
So they're fucking
I've had this
great.
on my list for a while, but what did you watch it on?
I watched them on Arrow, but they're also on Tubi.
Okay. I remember like last year, or no, it was earlier this year when we did our like Japanese horror month or whatever. I like looked up a bunch of stuff, but you know how often that changes. So
yeah. I highly recommend them. I had bought Zavi had a sale on Arrow Blu-rays a while back, and I bought a bunch of shit and then realized they're all UK Region B. So I could watch them until I need to get a region-free player, and I keep meaning to. I just never do. But so I bought like those, and I got like The Thing and Candyman and a bunch of shit that I haven't been able to actually watch on the Blu-rays yet. But I had watched those on maybe Tubi prior, and they're so good. And then I watched the Sister Street Fighter series. The first three are fucking great. Like some of the best kung fu movies I've seen in a long time. The fourth one kind of sucks because it's a completely separate movie with the same actors playing different characters that they just titled as Sister Street Fighter. So it like doesn't. It's just not as good. But the first three, highly recommend. The actress who plays Etsuko Shihomi is just fucking incredible. Like, and it's like one of the few kind of like female-led kung fu movies where it's not like they're not like sexualizing
like
the main person.
fan
She's just
servicey.
out there like beating the shit out of people left and right. It's just they're so good. And then I watched a movie that I'm not going to talk about because we're going to do an episode on it in the future.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking my new favorite movie.
Okay.
I watched The Witch Who Came from the Sea, which Kit and I talked about a little bit. That has the best poster.
It's fine, but the poster kicks so much ass and promises something that the film absolutely does not deliver.
Yeah, like a witch.
Yeah, who's in the sea beheading men.
Yeah, that movie was like completely fine. I would have no problem like rewatching it, but it's just
yeah. I wouldn't be like
so good.
stoked to watch it again, but
and then right now I'm in the middle of the Stray Cat Rock series.
Is it like Moon River Rock?
Moon River Rock. Moon River
Moon
Roll.
River Roll.
You gotta loosen up.
Not exactly in my Q zone.
It's like these movies are fucking weird too because it's 5 movies all made within a year with the same cast but different stories where everybody's playing different characters. Like 4 of these movies came out in 1970 and then the last one came out in 1971. And it's just like a bunch of like it's essentially like it feels like Japan's version of like Easy Rider, where it's a bunch of like quote unquote like delinquent youth gangs just fucking like out doing shit. But it's like Mieko Kaiji is like the main actress in all of them. Well, the first one she's like the kind of second lead, but then like she got apparently super famous in Japan because of that movie, and they immediately just like kicked the other person to the curb and made the rest. But they're pretty fun. I've liked them all so far. The first one is like just this pretty sick like two like this is like women's street gang that goes after all the like this gang of dudes and just like goes to war with them. The second one was like it's like a weird beach movie that turns into a heist movie gone wrong somehow. The third one was pretty good. It's called Stray Cat Rock Sex Hunter, but then it's basically just about like a gang in Japan that doesn't like quote unquote half breeds and tries to make Japan pure, and
Yikes.
deals with a lot of like racial stuff in Japan that I guess it was happening in the 70s with like mixed black and Japanese people. It's really good. It's just kind of pretty heavy. And then right before we recorded, I watched Stray Cat Rock Machine Animal, which was also pretty good and pretty violent. So I was into it. But yeah, that was the like 80 movies I watched this week. Making up for Katie not watching anything.
Yeah, yeah, right.
All right. Shout outs. Katie, you go ahead and shout out Not Moving.
Not moving. I do want to talk about one of the so we have this like donut place here that does like mini donuts. Not like I know we had this conversation before. Not Munchkin, but like literally just little donuts.
Several donuts.
Yeah, and they all do like crazy flavors, and they had this one that was like caramel macchiato, and they had Pop Tart and Fruity Pebbles and all this stuff. They were so good. And then I also got a latte with Fruity Pebbles cereal milk instead of just like the regular milk in it, and it was actually so good.
That like
sounds so weird.
I think I texted you guys about it when I got it, but I had that Captain Crunch ice cream. Or it was like the Crunch Berries ice cream was so fucking good.
It sounds good. I also had got I ate a lot of junk on my trip actually, so it was great. I also had a like horchata churro ice cream that was like phenomenal. And then what was the other crazy thing? Oh, so we did drive through Texas. Shout out to Buc-ee's, my new favorite place.
Buc-ee's rolls.
Kit told me to get the beaver nuggets, and I'm obsessed with them. Okay, and apparently
I need to know what they are because I have no idea.
They're nuggets from beavers.
Duh.
I'm out.
They're kind of like caramel corn flavor, but they're like puff. Like, you know, big puff Cheetos? They're shaped like that. So it's like a corn puff, but
that's what I didn't
corn.
know. I just didn't know like what they physically were.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah.
Hearing beaver nuggets, for some reason the thing
Oh,
that
yeah.
popped into my mind is that they were
Beaver poop.
like pork rinds or some shit.
Right. I had no idea what they were either. So when I went in there, I was like, what could this be? And then I saw them. Wall of candy, amazing. And I actually found out that they're building one that's like 2 hours away from me. So like feasibly,
Oh yeah.
I have one. So I'm excited about that. And then also, I'm obsessed with Hatch chilies. I'm not like a very big spice person, but hatch chilies, there's just something about them I love. And I guess I didn't really realize this, but like they make it's like a big thing wherever we were in Texas. So we went to this grocery store and it was like the pumpkin spice treatment. It was like anything you could think of was hatch chili. There was like bacon, there was cheese, there was sausages, like all this stuff. And the thing that I got that I really liked was I sent you guys a picture was hatch chili sweet lime sandwich cookies. They're so freaking good. So I encourage anybody who's around them to get them because they're so good. So I just like went on a crazy eating weird stuff spree, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Nice. I found vegan pork rinds here to piggyback on that. They're fucking
You
so
know
good.
what? I saw some at Trader Joe's earlier, but I didn't get them. So if they're good, I'm gonna go back and get them.
I mean, I've never had real pork rinds, so I can't tell you like the
Right.
comparison, but I thought they were really good.
All right.
What about you, Kit?
I haven't eaten anything weird this week. It's very sad.
Dang.
I know.
Not a single thing of food in like the whole week.
I didn't eat or drink anything.
Not a damn thing. There were those Dr. Pepper beans that I had a while back. Those are terrible. Don't get those.
I still want to
Anti-shout-out.
try them. I know.
I saw someone buy those on like Instagram this week, and I was like,
they're in for a bad time.
Ew.
Kit tried to tell you.
Spreading the gospel. I love Dr. Pepper, and I fucking hated those things.
Real question is though, are you gonna try the Mountain Dew beer that's coming out?
Yes.
Oh, you know what
I don't
I
even
did
like
have?
Mountain Dew.
I only like Baja Blast, but I'll try it. I haven't found the PBR coffee yet, but we did have PBR hard seltzer, and it was pretty good. I'm not really
Interesting.
into hard seltzers, but it was pretty good.
The Topo hard seltzer.
Oh, well, I haven't had it yet, but I want to so bad.
Kit, what's your shout out?
Oh, yeah. There's a new demo from a Canadian band called Hedonist, and it's basically just Bolt Thrower that fucking rules.
Oh yeah, I think I saw you post about that earlier.
Yeah, I listened to it this morning at work, and I was like, oh shit, this is it. This is the jam, alright.
My shout out is the Church's John Carpenter split, where they each remix each other, and it fucking rules. John Carpenter should just work with more pop artists and just become a fucking pop icon as a fucking 80-year-old.
Why not?
Grumpy old man just fucking remixing pop songs into fucking John Carpenter tracks, and I would buy all of it. Alright. Next week, I think we're gonna do The Sand finally. We'll see.
Man.
You know, whatever. Subject to change.
We'll be like, we'll talk about it afterwards. I have some ideas.
Oh man.
So The Sand should just be like that thing where, like, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel would constantly just be like, Matt Damon was going to be on the show, and then just never have Matt Damon on. But
yeah.
Yikes!
Right.
Not Matt Damon's not great.
Yeah, Matt Damon.
Not surprising. Though.
I am a big fan of Hollywood actors currently just admitting to being the dumbest fucking people, like just outing themselves.
Showering and gross.
All right. If you want to support us, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/IHappySufferPodcast.
You should support us because we all bathe and shower.
Yes.
Yeah,
don't,
we do.
Didn't just stop saying gay slurs a month ago.
No.
Yeah. Did not need my daughter to explain to me why it's a problem.
Yeah.
We have a bonus episode coming at September 1st on Keanu Reeves movies. Probably Dracula 3 times.
Yeah.
The Lake House.
Yeah. Dracula, The Lake House, and then Dracula again.
Dracula's Lake House.
I'd watch that. There's a movie in my watch list that I only added because the title is Dracula Die Hard. And I don't know what it's about, but I think it came out before Die Hard. But I like to assume it's going to be just Dracula, but in Die Hard.
I love it.
You can buy merch at our storefront tier, Teesprings, shops. There's a link in
Get it.
for all that shit in our bio on Instagram. Leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Apple Podcasts. Just tell us your favorite Joe Piscopo rap song.
Like, tell us what movie you want Michael Mann to redo
Please.
with Robert De Niro.
Yeah. Just what movie do you think would be great to just have Robert De Niro and Al Pacino current day starring in? My vote is currently Martin Scorsese rebooting Daredevil with Robert De Niro as Matt Murdock.
Wow.
Al Pacino as the Kingpin.
Wow.
I'm going to say Tetsuo 2 Body Hammer
Oh my
by
God.
Michael Mann.
Meatball Machine by Michael Mann with fucking Al Pacino and...
Home Alone.
But are they're both playing Kevin McAllister?
Yes. Every other scene, they're different.
It just switches with no explanation. David Cronenberg's Home Alone. No, David Lynch's Home Alone. It's just Lost Highway, but fucking Home Alone.
Oh my God.
You can follow us on Instagram at I Hope You Suffer Podcast. Follow Kit at Hidden Kitstery. Follow Katey at Werewolf Face. Katey is currently doing ghost stuff.
Sort of.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, Katey was moving. Cut her some slack, people.
Yeah.
She had to eat a lot of donuts.
Leave me alone. I was busy eating.
Hatch chilies.
Ooh,
Too
Hatch chili
spicy.
donuts. Yum.
Bro, a Hatch chili donut sounds like it would hit the spot right now.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds great. You could listen to my other podcast named Cape Movie Club. Watch whatever movie we're doing next week that we don't. Might be The Sand, it might be something different.
Yeah.
Watch every movie you don't know.
Yeah, just watch everything on Tubi this week. And maybe that's the movie we did.
Yep.
Go watch that fucking every movie on that letterbox list Kit sent us last night. That's somebody made a letterbox list of every horror movie ever made on Letterboxd.
Yeah. Every horror movie since 1895, I think. 27,000 films.
Well, they even
What?
I don't think
What a weird thing.
were movies being made in the 1800s? I'm very confused.
Can you imagine how bored you would have to be?
I've
never been that bored. I find stuff to do that's not that.
When we were doing, I think it was maybe the animated episode of bonus episode. We were doing one of the bonus episodes, and I was looking up something because it was like a theme that wasn't specifically horror. Like it was something that I felt like I could like find a horror movie for. So I feel like it had to have been animated. But I was like,
probably.
Yeah, like, and I was like looking through stuff on Letterboxd, and I kept coming across these lists of like horror movies that have been like lost in time. Like there's no way to watch them now, but there's like Letterboxd fucking pages for them. Mm-hmm. And it was like fascinating looking at these movies from like 1910, like, or fucking whatever. And I was like, man, now I desperately want to see what these movies were. Just knowing that it's like impossible to see them because they just like, there was one print and it fucking burned in a fire or some shit.
Sad.
Oh well, I'm gonna have to just keep working on my time travel machine.
Yeah, do it.
Making a fucking time travel car out of a Hugo. Or what's be a good time travel car?
Chevy Nova.
Yeah, I can see that.
A Supra.
I'm gonna do like it's just a time travel car, but it's the car for Christine. Just a fucking
1958 Plymouth Fury.
Yeah.
She's evil still, but she can also time travel, so
yeah, that's what the Brian Fuller
take the trade off.
Gonna be.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I hope you
Pisk
interrupt butt erection.
Oh, jeez.